Okay, last of these rather random sculpture reviews. This is another old AP question. So Rodin broke with tradition, above all by placing his cast bronze sculpture on a low pedestal to bring the burghers face to face with the people of Calais and really to make them interact with them. At ground level, the figures' positions lead the viewer around the work. He also made the figures equal in height, choosing not to give prominence to the leader, Eustache de Saint-Pierre. So what movement in sculpture are we seeing here? Obviously, sculpture is becoming somewhat more abstract. Here's a famous example, no longer a required work, but remember that this was the piece about which the court case about what is art arose. But not all early 20th century sculpture was abstract. Here we see an example of Stalin-approved socialist realism. This is not a required work, but I could imagine it matched up with our required photo montage. Okay, you should know the term ready-made, and certainly you should know the story of this incredibly iconic artwork. But do you remember the story associated with this work? This is a surrealist object, and it was inspired by a conversation between Merritt Oppenheim and Pablo Picasso at a Paris cafe. So Picasso admires Oppenheim's fur-covered bracelet and remarks that one could cover anything with fur, to which she replied, even this cup and saucer. And then she participated in the first surrealist exhibition dedicated to objects, and this was the object that she displayed. The imagery is pretty obvious. Now, these works have dropped from the course. They used to be very popular with the College Board, but minimalism strongly influenced Maya Lin, who was the architect of the Vietnam War Memorial. A note that the memorial combines minimalism, sculptural architecture, and earthworks environmental art all into one moving package. In other words, this one checks a lot of boxes for the College Board and frequently shows up on the test. And this sculptor is Claes Oldenburg. Pop art in the 1960s becomes playful and deliberately evokes, and according to how you read it, celebrates or critiques commercialism. So here's some more pop art and more tribute to commercialism, but note that Jeff Koons hired European craftsmen to work the porcelain. These are very finely rendered, if a little goofy. And these artists, of course, redefine the nature of and especially the materials of sculpture. And we're done. Architecture is next.